Welcome to this episode of the Horton Hangouts. So I'm here as always with my wonderful co-host Leanna Bess, and we have our wonderful friend Shaz here with us today. Hi Shaz.
Hi Laura, hi Leanne.
Hi.
So today, a lot of pressure here for you. This is the final episode that's going to go out in the season.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, lots of
Ending
pressure.
with a bang.
Ending on an absolute high.
Brilliant,
Yes.
brilliant.
And really pleased about that myself, because obviously we had Joe previously, and God knows what that podcast actually looks like when you look back. As you know, Joe, he mentioned you
Joe.
on that, by the
Did
way.
he?
Yeah. He said, "My good friend, am I allowed to mention him?"
Yeah.
Well, who is it?
What
And he was
was
like,
the word?
Shaz. I was like, yeah, of course.
I think he
Sweet.
described you as slick.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Oh,
real
that's
slick,
kind of him.
real slick
That's
kind of guy. Total opposite of Joe then. Just continue ribbing him because that's what I do. So thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
It's my absolute pleasure. What a brilliant setup.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for hanging out with us, because you're like the busiest guy in dentistry. You've got Digimax, you've got Wells on Wheels, you've got now, how many books? 3? 2?
3.
Free, it is free,
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
so.
yeah.
3 books.
Yeah.
You've got a family, you've got a lovely daughter.
I've got a daughter.
Yeah.
She takes up 99% of the
Yeah,
time.
of
Everything
course.
else is 1%, you know.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Have you made, because your daughter's the same age as my son, they're both 9.
Yeah.
Have you made a lot of changes in your business since having your daughter?
Oh, she's the center of my universe.
Oh.
So everything is about that. Family life is priority.
Oh, I love
and
it,
everything
yeah.
fits around it.
That's
Yeah.
lovely.
And it's something I actually designed before she was even
Yeah.
conceived, you know, because I knew what kind of parent I wanted to be.
Oh, so lovely.
Yeah.
Do you know, it's interesting because I play golf very, very poorly.
Excellent.
And the lady that I play with, she plays with another lady on a Friday, and years ago I used to play on a Friday as well, but I don't anymore. And she said to me, the lady I play with, Jackie, that Anne made a comment. She was asking after you, and I was telling her what you've been up to and everything. And she said, "Isn't she lucky to have such a supportive husband?" And Jackie's response was, "I think they designed it like this.
Yeah.
I think they designed their life
Brilliant.
so that they're both, you know, great parents." Because I think she must think my husband's some miracle,
Yeah.
you know,
Can't
because
believe that he even does anything.
yeah,
for
because I know
you.
Anne's a lovely lady, and she's raised 3 lovely boys, and she is in her early 70s. She's the same age as my mum, so it's probably a whole nother world, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
And she
absolutely.
probably looks at it and thinks, "Oh gosh, like how lucky is Laura to have this amazing husband?" You know.
But happy parents raise happy children.
Don't they?
Agreed.
You need that time for yourself.
Yeah. How long have you had Digimax now then?
I founded Digimax when I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
So
5 years ago.
5 years ago, yeah. Yeah, 5 years ago.
You spring chicken.
Yeah. Thanks to great medical grade skincare. But
Wow.
it is, I'm 43 now.
Wow.
But I actually started Digimax
Wow,
when I was
you look
16.
excellent.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's the good lighting. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Hopefully. Over 20 years.
Wow.
Over 20 years.
That's a long time, isn't it?
It is.
And what's your story with Harry as well? Because that's a really interesting story that I didn't know until a little while ago when I heard you speak at the dentistry show.
Harry Ice Connect.
Yeah,
I'm in dentistry because of Harry.
yeah,
And he took me along to Rahul and Ash, you know, Smile.
that's it. And that's
the
where,
perfect smile.
yeah,
He said, "Shaz, come along. We're in the car. I
Yeah.
was doing nothing."
yeah,
And that was my first interaction
Yeah.
with dentistry.
Wow, that
And-
was your first interaction.
yeah. And that's what, so Harry's got a, media company, telephones.
IT for dentists.
So he used to
Super
do
smart
all
guy.
our IT and telephones. So that's how I know Harry. Like, it's a really successful company. Ice Connect now, isn't
Ice
it?
Connect,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
changed the name.
Yeah.
Lovely guy. But did I meet you there then?
I've got a memory of you there.
Yeah.
But I don't think we met.
No.
But I remember Harry having a laugh with you, taking
Yeah,
a
yeah.
mick out of you.
Yeah.
And,
As everyone
that's
does.
a running trend. But I remember everyone really respected you at that, because I think you used to coordinate a lot of
That's
that.
it, yeah.
So it was Laura.
Yeah. So that's how I got into working with dentists, because Ash and Rahul had the academy,
Yeah.
and I was managing both their practices.
Right.
When they had both, we did end up going just down to the one in Hartford, and I was TCOing across both as well. But yeah, so they had the academy, which I used to coordinate and run and deal with, like, deal with all the bookings. I had my own phone line for the academy. Like, hello, Hope Smile Academy. And my own PDQ machine and things like that.
It was such
cool.
a respected academy. And that operation was slick. I remember seeing them speak, and it was no one else was doing it like they were.
No, and I remember people used to say to me how well they were looked after. Like dentists would say, God, the food. And I used to go mad on the food. I would order the very, very best from Waitrose, and I'd lay out a big spread for lunches and that, because I always love food.
Yeah.
And I used
Does
to
she do that for you now?
No, we don't have time to eat.
No. Not time to eat, Leanna. We're fasting. Fast till dinner. No, and I think I've heard that feedback a lot, but it is really important, because I remember going on Bob Carner's he invited me on one of his courses, and I remember being bowled over by the food there. That was probably about 15 years or so ago. I was like, oh my gosh. So I kind of really got it. Like, you've really got to take care of people. And I felt these dentists were taking a lot of time out. They were spending a lot of money to come on this course. They're bringing their patients. Everyone needs to be well fed.
Yeah.
That's a sign of a good host, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it really is.
Yeah, and I'm sure my Waitrose bills got queried every now and again, didn't they, Ash? But I was like, it doesn't matter. Everyone's had a lovely time. Like, you've got to have the most amazing food. I'm not just going to order a sandwich platter. It's not a 5-year-old's party, is it? Sausage rolls and sandwiches.
Well, people aren't invested then in the afternoon if they don't feel like they've had a nice lunch.
Yeah,
They're thinking about, I'm hungry. They're distracted.
Yeah, because I was at an event and I was speaking to the coordinator, actually, and she was saying how tiring it was, and that maybe she didn't ask enough people to help out in the morning. And I said, well, you must. We would have registration at 8:30. The whole team would be there at 7 a.m. because people cannot turn up and you're running around like headless chickens. We probably still were.
Yeah.
But we couldn't be. And they were really, really long days. So you'd have your lecture day, which is what you would have come on. And then the next day would be the first weekend would be the prep day. So 4 dentists at a time doing 8 to 10 unit preps.
Amazing.
And then they'd run late. Right, so then the second lot wouldn't start till like 2, sometimes 3 o'clock. We'd be there till 10 o'clock at night. It's really, really. So you've all got to be there, and you've all got to be all in. But yeah, it was good. So that's how I got into working with dentists, because then Ash said, oh, you should put on a course for the team members. And I was like, no way, not happening.
Really? That was your response?
Yeah, and he was like, I wouldn't ask you to do it if I didn't think you'd be good at it. And I was like, no. And I distinctively remember going out. I remember 2 things. Going out shopping with my mum for a top that was sleeveless. So if I sweat...
Right, good thought process.
That was my thought process.
Right.
I'm going to pour with sweat. Yeah. So let's not have sweat marks, or let's just let it all do whatever it needs to do. I was really overthinking it.
So you could stand like that and it would air out.
Yeah, that I could just sort of walk around like this, like the Hulk, Michelin Man. Yeah, I was thinking, and my mum was at the time like, just, why don't you get the extra strong deodorant called Michelin? Just get that. And so that was it. And then I remember the other thing, rehearsing for this course, like you wouldn't believe, like I still do now, like we do a lot of rehearsal, don't we? But anyway, I was really rehearsing for it. And I thought, what am I doing? My sister was running the London Marathon. And I thought, what am I doing? She's running the London Marathon and I haven't gone, because I'm rehearsing all of this for like next Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how much I was crapping myself.
Yeah.
And I downed tools. Probably my Acer laptop, right? And I went we lived in Bishop Stortford. I went and jumped on the train, and I remember going to right by Big Ben. You've been to see the marathon, probably, Have you been?
No,
I didn't think you would have. But the final part, they come down and they go. If you're running it, you'd go right towards Big Ben, that bit there. So I waited on the corner there, and she wasn't expecting me. And I distinctively remember seeing her and jumping up and down, and called Sarah, but I call her Saucy, and just shouting, Saucy! And she turned around, it's the last bit, isn't it, that they're running? Yeah. And she turned round and she was jumping up and down and waving at me.
That's so sweet.
And I just, and so all of that is quite emotive, like all to do with that. But I had a great time, and then that's how I got into speaking with dentists, because Ash practically forced me.
15 years?
That was more than that, so that would have been about 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So you stuck with it.
Yeah, so it's 17 years now.
I can't believe that you would have said
no.
Well,
this year will be 18 years of Horton Consulting, so that's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, really cool. Nearly 30 years in dentistry. Yeah, don't worry. I've got a Botox appointment tomorrow.
I've had mine.
But everyone knows your brand. I know
Yeah.
we're going to discuss
Yeah.
that
We're going to
today.
discuss branding.
Yeah,
Everyone
they
knows
do.
your
Important.
brand.
Your
Yeah.
name is big.
Yeah. So, can I ask you first of all about Wells on Wheels and how that all started and how long has that been going on now? Because you've raised quite a lot of your big profile around that, haven't you?
I think so. I started it in 2019. It's a strange one. I don't know where to begin with this, but let's just say, look, going back to childhood,
Yeah.
my parents took me to India a few times, and it's crazy, it's shocking. You go into Mumbai, you'll see a skyscraper and a really luxurious car with a film star sort of going past, and then you'll see a grandmother and her kids sleeping on the street. So as a kid from England, it's confusing, and then when you try and give them money through the window, so you get a lot of rupees for £1, right?
Yeah.
So as a kid, you got loads of money, and then when you go and give them the money, when you roll down the window, you're getting told off by the elders because they're saying you're spoiling them. It's really, really strange. So it never sat well with me.
All right.
And it felt like no matter what you do, you're not really helping them. And that's what the elders were saying to you as well, that you're not. This isn't making any difference. In fact, when you leave,
It's a sticking plaster.
yeah, it's a sticking plaster. And also, when you leave, you're going to give them 500 rupees, which might be £5. We give 50 rupees. You're spoiling them as well. So it's really strange, but it stuck with me. You know, things that
Yeah.
you remember in childhood.
Yeah.
And then growing up here, it's really hard to help people financially. So you can help people on the street, and I have done, and you get that dopamine that, right, I helped someone, I bought them food. But that's not sustainable. Like we don't get to have those interactions, right, at scale. You know, I remember I gave my wardrobe, I emptied out my items in my wardrobe and gave it to a homeless guy. I said, look, do you need clothes? And I felt good. It was a selfish thing. No, but the reason I'm sharing that, not to say how great I am, but just it's hard to give to charity in the UK. And then when you do, I'm not getting that fulfillment that, you know, it's making a difference.
Right.
So I was paralyzed. I was never able to give
Yeah.
and get that satisfaction. And I remember there's loads of people that would come to the house, and my dad, he's a saint. I mean, he's in his 80s now. He's just giving out money left, right, and centre. And he doesn't have much money. He's a real simple man, like a basic job, basic career, that type of thing. And these guys, I know they're taking him for a ride sometimes, right? These aren't legitimate, and he's just going for it. But I knew my DNA is to help people, but something was missing. And when Helena was, I think, at that age where you have to buy a car seat, I think like 6 months or whatever.
Yeah.
We went to Mamas and Papas, and the guy said, which car seat do you want? We've got about 400. And we're like, well, the safest.
Yeah.
Right. And he said, well, the safest is like £600. And it wasn't even a moment of, is it worth it or not? But in that moment, I thought, are we just wrapping our own children in cotton wool and bubble wrap? What about those that aren't that privileged? So it stayed with me. And I always wanted to start something, but I couldn't find something that I completely resonated with. So I've got a cousin in India, and I said, look, you know, I'm going to send you money. You just tell me what needs you identify that are legitimate. So there would be, for example, there was a young couple, I think 18 and 19. They had a child in the village. They didn't have nothing. You know how much stuff you need when you have a kid, right?
Loads of stuff.
Loads of stuff. Loads. I'm talking the basics, like clothes.
Yeah.
Right? So I gave him, you don't need to give much money because a pound goes a long way. So I gave him about £200. And I said, the only thing I ask you to do is FaceTime you when you're there or film it so I get that feeling of giving.
Yeah.
That's all I want from you. And it would annoy him, but he'd do it for me. In the last 3 FaceTime calls that we had, I could see a little army of children in the background carrying pots on their head. And I said, is that still happening? Because we would watch the films as kids.
Yeah.
And it would be an old thing where you transport water on your head.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah. He said, look, you can't save the world. And he hung up. Right? He knew where I was going with this. And then I was in the office. It was a godly moment. I'm never in the office alone. And you know, you get the water cooler in the office with a big water thing at the top, right?
They're heavy.
They're heavy. So I got a delivery in the office. I said, where is everyone? Why am I alone? I'm a keyboard guy, right? I'm not good with my hands. So this delivery came, and I was taking it downstairs into the basement, and one fell out of my hand. And I thought, I've got a bit of a manufacturing background for another podcast. Why don't we just put a handle on this? It didn't break.
Yeah.
It just like bounced and rolled. why don't you just put a handle on this and maybe they can roll it instead and a lot more of it. The reason why the girls are carrying water, by the way, because mum can only carry, water is the weight of a suitcase, like 30 to 40 kg.
Right.
And they have to make multiple trips, and these wells are about 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles away,
Wow.
scorching heat. So they need the daughters to come with them because the boys are in the farms to collect more water, right? So I thought if I can get something big enough for them, then only mum can go. And rolling is better for your body. So it was just an idea. And honestly, I didn't even put much thought into it. Went upstairs, went on Google, contacted my supplier in China who used to design TV brackets.
That's the TV brackets.
Yeah. You know about that? Okay.
Yeah.
And whilst I was doing that, I found a lady called Cynthia who had been to India, had this idea 2 years before me, and actually designed a water wheel.
Wow.
That she then tested on all these terrains. And I contacted her and she said, yeah, look, I'm in the USA now. This is the factory. They make this wheel.
Yeah.
Contact them.
Wow.
So I contacted the factory and they said, yes, sir, how can I help you? I said, you've got this wheel. I want to order some. They said, well, minimum £10,000 order. I said, no problem. Send them the money. And they said, yeah, what's the delivery address?
Yes.
I was like, shit, I don't know. Make it and we'll deal with it. And they kept asking me, look, we need to know where you're going to
Yeah,
deliver
they
it.
don't want to be sitting on all
And I
of these.
thought, I'll just deal with it later because there's villages there. So then I got a team together and we just started. And what I did on social media was I just said, look, I'm doing this. Anyone wants to get involved, let me know. It wasn't a charity. It was my own. I was going to give my own money.
Yeah.
And the message after message after message. My mum knows about this. My dad used to do this. My grandparents used to carry water. And the whole profession backed me. And it's just been rolling ever since.
Yeah.
What a story.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
We've got over 3,000 girls attending school
Yeah.
because they're not collecting water now. And, girls like my own daughter, our own children.
That's making me feel emotional.
Yeah. I've done all of that. If you hear some of the stories,
Yeah.
and I had a complaint once. So this is in our earliest delivery. One of the headmasters of the school called my team. My team get really easily panicked because in India the laws, are quite strict.
Right.
And he called me and he said, we've got a complaint. I thought, is this a joke? And he said, the headmaster's complaining that the first time in 20 years, the school is completely full and you can't cope. And I paused for a second. I thought I was making women's lives easier. At that point, I realized that this is an education problem I'm solving. And then I ran 100 miles an hour because that's important to me.
Yeah. Because I haven't got a daughter, but I've got a son. For your child not to have that education and to be doing that, it is emotional.
Yeah, it is emotional.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
so
incredible.
amazing.
It's really
So
sad.
where are you at with it now and what are your plans going forward then?
Look, providing a water wheel doesn't solve the ultimate problem of piped water coming into the homes.
No.
But the moment we deliver that wheel on a weekend, the moment it arrives in their home, children are going towards school. And these are ambitious girls.
Yeah.
Instead of collecting water.
Yeah.
So even if it's not solving the ultimate problem,
No.
we're making their lives easier.
You're making
Yeah.
a difference.
And each wheel is £28.
Wow.
It's if you see their little faces, they're smiling, even when they're walking barefoot, collecting water. It's really some horrible things happen on those journeys.
Have you been out there?
So yeah, I've not been able to go out there recently because my visa got rejected because of India-Pakistan tensions.
Right.
So
Okay.
even though my parents were born in India,
Yeah.
my dad went and got a Pakistani ID because he migrated or so, all that sort of nonsense that I don't even understand.
Yeah.
So it's just paperwork.
They've
So I
said
can go.
Reject.
That's it. I can go, but I need to apply 6 months in advance. But I handle it all remotely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing as well,
Yeah.
though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we
really
filmed.
good.
We made a documentary. I don't know if you know
Yes.
about that.
Yes. I do. Do you know?
Yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah.
going to watch it.
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime called No Waterland
Oh my
and Apple
gosh.
TV. So I thought I can tell you
So
guys
cool.
all about this, but seeing their journey themselves.
Yeah,
And
I
there's
would
a
love to
sto-
watch that.
Sorry, I might go on for an hour about
No,
that.
no, it's good.
No,
no,
this
no,
is
no.
wonderful.
The film crew came across two old ladies in the 80s, right, sisters, and they just bumped into them, and the team started speaking to them, and they said, we've been collecting water our whole lives. that's our job. They said we can't walk anymore.
Oh
They
my
were
God.
smiling. They're in the documentary. I said we have to have them in, but this is lives being wasted on something as simple as water. We turn the
Yeah.
tap on. We don't even think twice.
No,
do
we don't.
Yeah.
We take it for granted. We really do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think through this work, I've been able to set a really good example of giving to my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel really complete now.
Yeah, you should. And is your daughter really aware of it? Because it must be, she's 9 now, so they're
Yeah.
at that age where they really can get a grasp and understanding of.
You're like a
of
real life
everything.
superhero to her, I bet.
She understands it. She really loves it because we go into a school sometimes and she's my little assistant.
Ah,
So she'll
cute.
take the water wheel and move it back and forth. And sometimes she'll Google "no Waterland girl" because she's in the documentary and show her friends. So she's really sweet. She
she's-
understands it.
She sounds lovely.
Yeah, she's
Is she a daddy's girl?
I think she is.
Yeah.
I think she is.
I think most girls are, aren't they?
Yeah.
I was a daddy's girl.
Oh, I was huge.
Yeah, I
daddy's
still
girl.
am a daddy's girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's really nice
You have
for
like
me.
little days out with your dad, don't you?
Yeah, not as many as we should, but that will be playing golf. So I took up golf a few years ago, and he's played golf for years. He's really good, like at coaching me around. When I play with him, I play really well.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just nice. Although the last time we played, he said something. He was on speakerphone. I was on the phone to my mum, and he's on the speakerphone, and he said something like, "Oh, she'd play a lot better if she just shut up." And I was like, "Right, I'm not going to talk to you next time."
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to do? Spend 4 hours with me not talking?
Yeah.
Crying out loud, like, hello,
Yeah.
it's me.
I wish Elena
You know?
wants to do stuff with me when she's older.
Oh,
Yeah.
she will. She
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
Me and my dad's passed away now, but we were the best of friends. Absolutely. I would say, where should we try next, Dad? I remember when Nando's first opened.
Yeah.
But it was good when it first opened and I was young, and that was like a real thing to go like out for food with my friends. And I was like, Dad, this is a really good place. We have to go. And I remember he went and he was like, this isn't very good, boo. That's my nickname. I was like, what? It's really good. I thought you would love it. He went, no, I don't really like it. Let's try somewhere a bit nicer next time. Yeah, and we used to have like proper little daddy and daughter dates.
Oh, cute,
I'd
isn't
love
it?
that.
You
Yeah.
will. You'll
I
have
love
that,
that.
absolutely.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I
for
hope
sure,
so.
100% for sure.
Okay.
So I have been speaking to Leanna about personal brand, and I mentioned this to Joe as well, but I think like you are the guy to discuss this, right?
Don't know.
You will be. Please be.
No
I've thrown this in now. About personal brand. So what I get is from like the practice owners saying, my associate's got their Instagram. My associate's got, you will be the guy because you've got a book on it. And they're worried about it. Yeah, they're worried about their associates developing their personal brand, whether that's a landing page, Insta, whatever. And I think it's a fantastic thing. I'm right behind it. I think it's great for patients, and I had an experience last year. I don't know if I told you about this because it's taken me so long to find someone to do my face because, Pat Popper, so he's been my facial guy for years. Actually, he hasn't seen me at this point for 3.5 years. I know you can tell my face is on the floor, but that's purely logistics and time, right? And he doesn't live near me. Initially he did, story goes on. And then he's like, just come on. I will. But I don't have the time. So I've been on this massive journey trying to find someone, par with him, which is quite hard. Sorry, Pat, I have now found someone. I'm going tomorrow. And it's really interesting. So then I found this dentist who does facial aesthetics in the sort of town near me. And I was like really excited. Yeah, and it's only down the road. Brilliant. And she's a dentist. And then I put her name in Instagram, and the most shocking profile I've probably ever seen pops up, and I was like, no way are you sticking needles in my face. Wow. Not happening. From this profile, So
Was it just boring?
just poor photography, poor, it instantly turned me off, So I think that's the other side of it as well, isn't it? If you're developing your personal brand and putting out there, is it do you very much say, like, in a way, it's better to have less is more that's higher quality than just whacking a load of stuff out there?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like that.
So you've seen her Instagram and you made a judgment. You don't know if it's true or not.
No.
But you're not going to give it that much time. So it can have the opposite effect.
Yeah. Yeah, and it might be like a really poor judgment that I've made and a bad one, but it was pretty instant.
Yeah.
And that said so much to me. It sort of really hit me, yeah, that, wow, you know, that's massive. And the other thing that I think is, you know, when my Instagram feed is just full of teeth, like, I don't know, do
Yeah.
patients really want to see all of that?
Patients find it really weird
Yeah.
to see teeth.
Yeah.
To see a body part in isolation, like an elbow.
Yeah.
It's
Here's
weird.
my thumb.
To us, it's quite normal, right? Because we see it all the time. So if we're going to show teeth, it needs to be a full after if you've got the consent.
Yeah.
Only one of the 9 squares or 2 of the 9 squares need to be teeth.
Yeah.
Most patients think all dentists can do the same thing.
They
It's quite
Right.
sad.
You're absolutely spot on. Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. And
Yeah.
for me, I'm like, why aren't we using full face?
Yeah.
Like, the eyes tell me everything, you know. And I know as a TCO, and you do as well, when we're sat with a patient and we're then showing them before and after pictures of patients that have been treated in a similar situation, when you use the full face, the impact it has.
Definitely.
Because they can see the difference in the eyes. Because the eyes, you can see the happiness, you can see
Yeah.
we've reached into their soul and we've changed their life with the dentistry.
But you can also see the full effect on the face.
Yeah. So
That's
then they
right.
get their hair done or change
Yeah.
their hair colour, or, you know, men get a nice beard like you. And, do you know what I mean? Like, they change other things as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not wearing, if they're a woman, not wearing makeup in the first one, the second one they are, because
Yeah.
now they feel like, I want to wear
Yeah.
makeup.
Yeah, their confidence is all the way
Yeah.
up compared to when
Yeah,
they
it's
first
so
come
powerful,
in.
so powerful.
Absolutely.
So what are your top tips then for someone who's looking to develop their personal brand? Let's see if I'm doing it. Let's see if we're doing it, Leanna.
I'm not. I
Where
need
are
to
we
do mine.
failing?
Look, I built my
Content?
personal brand by mistake. I'm a behind the scenes guy. I don't like being front and center.
Yeah.
Even you put me right in the center here, this is not who I am.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of happened by chance. But I think what instigated it was I spoke to a business coach about 7 years back. And he said, Shaz, why do people come to Digimax? Why do they come to you? And I said, obviously because of my exceptional design skills, and like I can rank them high on Google. And he asked me again, and I said the same thing. And I really thought he was an idiot at this point because he kept asking me, right? And I thought, why would anyone come to a business like mine? And he said, do me a favor. I tell you what, if you do this and you prove me wrong that it's something else, I'll pay for dinner. I was like, I'll entertain this, right? So he said, get 10 of your clients that you really like, that you want more of. He said, not the nutters, not the ones that you tolerate, the ones you really like, right? And ask them. So I went to each one and I said, why do you use Digimax? Only one person said design.
Right. Wow.
And they said,
Really?
yeah, they said, you really understand us. You take the time. When I'm speaking to you, it feels like you're completely immersed. You understand business. You're nice to work with. You're honest. One person said design. And that's when I realized that actually what we think should be ignored. We should ask our ideal demographic. Now, once I understood this, he said, every post you make or every conversation you have or any marketing that you do should be reiterating the points that your clients have said.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
became a filter.
Yeah.
So now when I make posts, it's not, we make the best website. I'll take the time to listen to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think anyone who's looking to design their brand needs to understand who they're trying to attract 1st and get in their mind. And that becomes a filter for everything you put out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think probably much like you, like I've only ever had lovely clients, and like I feel really fortunate for that. And I do feel there's also that sense of what you're putting out, you get back as well,
Yeah.
isn't there? And we've got, you know, I know loads of people who you've done their websites for, but what did you say when I said Shaz is coming on? Oh, Claire loves him.
Yeah, one of my clients, she said about you before. She told me to look you up, actually. We were having a conversation
Yeah.
on a coaching call. And she thinks, like, you're excellent. Like, you know, couldn't have said any more positive things about you.
Yeah.
sweet.
And I was like, oh, God, I need to meet this person. You're, like,
Oh, that's so
so
sweet.
complimentary of him.
Yeah.
People have been really
yeah.
kind.
it's really important. It's what we all want, right?
Yeah.
We all feel uncomfortable putting ourselves out there. We all feel uncomfortable in front of camera. Like if you're listening to this or watching this, watching this, as you can tell from my verbal skills here.
You're excited.
Well, no, it's not comfortable, is it? People might think, oh, you love doing this. You've been doing your podcasts, video, putting yourself out there on video.
Honestly, after about 20 years, I'm coming in front of the camera.
Yeah.
It's difficult unless you're extroverted naturally like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Whereas I am extroverted, but I hate being in front of the camera.
Oh, wow. I had this assumption that anyone who's extroverted
No,
can
I
jump in front
can't
of the camera.
stand it. It's not my thing. No. Don't like having photos. Don't like looking at myself. Don't like listening to myself. Hate being on camera.
I hate listening to myself. Like if I hear my voice, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've just got the worst voice in the world. I need like a voice transplant kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
You don't.
But people also call me one shot Laura. Yeah, all the time. Oh, you've done that in one. Wow, I never done
Yeah,
that.
you are insane
Like you're one
at that.
shot. You're one shot. Like you haven't got an auto cue or anything.
No.
You just go and do it and deliver it. And I'm like, yeah, because I want to get it over and done with.
But working with you has allowed me to become more comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Not be so scripted because it doesn't land well. And now I see it a lot on social media where people have got videos and I'm like, oh, you can really tell they're reading or it's really rehearsed.
Yeah.
It's not natural. Doesn't come across naturally. And I think if it doesn't come across naturally, I don't think it doesn't land well for me.
Yeah.
No, and I was recording some stuff and it would have already been out there on socials and everything by now anyway. But what I was just recording earlier, and I've just looked at something and gone, right, bam, because I don't want it to be, hi, my name's Laura.
Awful.
It's awful, isn't it? But what has driven you then to start doing this? Like, why did you start doing that last year?
I feel there is you collect a lot of knowledge over 20 years, right?
Yeah.
And if I can just reach more people, and a lot of the things I'm saying, there is no service available in my company to offer that. I'm just giving guidance.
Yeah.
And I think that's how you build a brand, through integrity, honesty.
Yeah.
And it's really funny, actually, because I spoke to a brother of a friend who does this really well. He said, Shaz, look, you need to do this now. Enough is enough. I'm going to turn up and stand by the cameraman and guide you on how to do this. So I had this script and I was like, I'm going to say it like this. And I kept stuttering because I knew my topic, but I couldn't get the words right. And I'm conscious that it's going to be out there.
Yeah.
I want it to be perfect. So he said, Shaz, what are you trying to say? And I said, Rav, this is what I'm trying to say. And he said, bloody say what you just said to the camera. And that was transformational to me because that's what I did.
Yeah.
And it was I was first take Shaz that day.
Yeah, you go.
After the other.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
It's great, isn't it?
It's great
I
when
love
you
it.
crack it.
Oh, you do all that. Like my social media company. Wow, you just do it in one shot. Yeah, one shot, Laura. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Great with that. Brilliant. Crack on.
You don't give yourself an ounce of time to overthink it.
Well, it's like when I was trying to sort out a photo shoot and the lady's like, so, for 2 of you, you're going to need a whole day. I was like, we're going to need 1 hour, 2 hour max. Like, we know what we're doing. Like, we'd
See how I slot in with her.
I am not
love
spending
that.
a whole day going, or whatever.
Oh,
I
there's
know what I
lovely
want.
photos on your website.
Yeah, different ones as
Oh,
well.
right, okay.
Yeah,
They're really cool.
Yeah, they're really cool.
They're
we
really
did
cool.
those. They were done. There you go. They were done quick.
Yeah.
They were done before we started filming a day's event.
Oh my gosh, they were so quick.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like 20 minutes.
And
was
they were
it?
just in a corridor in
Yeah.
Central Venue in Marble Arch, and they're really nice with the lighting. I do like those ones, but I'm a bit fat in them.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's why they had to go. Yeah.
All right.
Well, she's rebranding.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and that was the day we did the videography for that day. I remember when this actually was. It was October 2024, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and it was only when we got like the videography back that I was like, oh my gosh, I am fat. And
Sorry, it's not.
Camera does add a few pounds.
yeah,
It,
but
it definitely does,
It does.
because it makes me come away thinking, do I need to lose weight? But
yeah,
the
and when
mirror,
we see
I
each
look
other back on
okay.
here, it's like, what?
Yeah.
It does. The camera definitely does. You got the better angle today. You're straight on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, and I'd also had a nightmare. My shower had broke, hadn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And my hair looked all right in the morning for those photos, but as the day went on for the videos, the dry shampoo was not enough. It was not. It was just the whole thing was.
It was a
terrible.
tough start, and then the angle didn't work
Yeah.
for you. It was a lot going
Yeah,
on.
and that's when I was like, right, all the video we've got, we'll just use all of Leanna. and I won't feature on my own Instagram page.
I don't even like
for
me.
months on end. No, you look lovely. You were fine. But
Any men
it's-
watching this are not going to understand anything.
They're
you
not
just
going to
said, by
understand
the
any of
way.
it. No, no.
Do you just not care?
No, we care, but we don't have like issues of dry shampoo and
Oh,
showers.
yeah,
and
true,
this
true,
and that.
true.
and-
No,
yeah.
it's
It's got a
hard.
lot to factor in, haven't we, as women?
and you
We
guys
really
got makeup
have.
and all of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I've got makeup here if you want some.
Yeah.
Maybe mine would be better for your skin tone.
Yeah, yeah. Come on, be like totally pale and pasty, definitely. So, have you seen that we have a feature called Confessions of, and we've had loads on this season
Yeah.
of dental nurses sending in their funny stories, some rude ones as well. But we'd love to hear your confession from you. So, have you got a story you can
I've
share
got a
with us?
story. I don't know if it's a confession
Okay.
because we haven't really shared it before.
Oh, okay. So it's hot off the press.
Oh, this is
yeah, you could
good.
say. You could say.
Yeah.
Have you seen Squid Games?
Yes,
So one
but
of the
not all the way through.
No.
Same here.
All
Okay.
right. So yeah. Okay.
I had to turn it off because I didn't like it.
I knew I'd have
Yeah.
nightmares.
Yeah.
Because I'm too overly visual.
Yeah.
And they're twisting heads. I'm gonna have nightmares. all
Green
night
light,
long.
red
Yeah.
light.
Yeah. No.
that was
It's-
it for
it's
me.
a bit
Yes.
mad.
So I haven't
I
seen it
didn't
all.
watch all of it.
Right. You didn't watch it all.
Mad.
Was you gonna have nightmares? Or you
No,
not
I
that
just
extreme?
lose interest very quickly
Oh,
in,
you're like
in those
me.
things.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't sit and watch something start to finish.
No.
Can you
no.
not?
Do you know? I was
mean,
saying this
yeah,
with
no, I
Joe,
can't.
wasn't I? That something has got to absolutely engross me.
Yeah.
For me to watch an hour of
Yeah.
it, I can't, or even half an
I've
hour of
walked
it.
out of films in the cinema.
Yeah, that is
Loads
me.
of times.
That
Loads of
is
times.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
I can't. Do you think you've got ADHD?
I don't think I've got ADHD.
No, I don't think you seem quite calm.
No, I
like
wouldn't
me.
say he's a typical
No, you're very
candidate.
calm.
Yeah, I don't think that.
You're just too intelligent.
I normally ask people that. I don't know if I'm being affected or not.
No, I'm
is
pretty
not
sure. I'm pretty sure. I have.
Nora's favourite question.
Is it?
No, because
I
I'm
ask
like, I
people this
can't be
all the time.
alone in this world.
No, you're not alone.
No, no.
But usually when I ask, I think you're a nutter. So I said, do you have ADHD? And
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
Yeah.
is she thinking that of me?
She asked
Yeah,
Joe
yeah,
and he
yeah.
went, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But it's a concentration thing, isn't it?
Yes, that's
yeah.
what it is for me. I
Yeah.
get distracted.
Yeah.
So when we first filmed this season and people have said to me, oh, your hair looks lovely. I'm like, oh, please don't. I put my hair in heated rollers in the morning. Now, they shouldn't be in there for more than 5 minutes. I got distracted.
I remember.
I remember, I was like, Leanna, slight problem. I look like a poodle. What happened? I got distracted. Now, ever since then, if I put them in, I set a timer.
Yeah, see?
I live my life on time.
I think
you
it
need to go
is
heatless.
heatless, yeah. And I
Well,
do think
yeah.
in this world that we live in, it is very easy to have mimicking symptoms or
Oh, yeah.
traits of ADHD because
Yeah.
we're so busy,
So
Yes.
true. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So we are overstretched day to day anyway. Throw in businesses and a very busy
We're non-stop.
we're non-stop.
Yeah.
So I do think people are over-diagnosing themselves with ADHD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what I'll do then. I'll get a proper assessment.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't wait for it.
Anyway.
Leanna's like looking at me like, you don't need it.
You're lovely.
No,
You're
no,
great.
I'm not
You're
bothered.
thriving.
But no, so let's get back.
Yeah.
Sorry, because I've distracted
Yeah,
the whole
yeah,
thing.
you did. I forgot the story now.
No, it's
Yeah.
Squid Games. It's
So
Squid Games.
Back in the
Squid
room.
Games.
This is classic
So
Laura.
one of the most intense scenes. Do you remember it? Where there's a dalgona honeycomb, and there's they have to cut out with a pin the shape that's in the dalgona candy.
No.
Right. So they have to do that, and this candy's wafer thin. So if
Yeah.
it cracks, like
Oh,
You're
they-
shot.
You're shot. So
Gosh.
I always come up with like fun marketing things for no reason really. So the Private Dentistry Awards was coming up, and I thought, why don't I get a tin, get a local baker to make a candy, dalgona with a D, and put a pin in there. Everyone's watching Squid Games right now, so I sent it to about 400 dental practices, and there was a little card with it with the Squid Game symbols,
Yeah.
and it said just good luck for the awards, right? So we sent that to loads of people. Now I had
Really clever.
Thank you. People loved it. They were putting it on the social media, putting a timer on there, putting the music on there. It went like quite viral in
Yeah,
dentistry.
good for you.
But then when I get an idea, I have to run with it if I really like the idea. And I
Yeah.
had very few days in which to pack it, send it out. So I was doing it myself.
Oh,
and
bless you.
it was like 1 a.m. and there must have been a few that I forgot to put the card in. So it was just a tin with a pin, right? And so these have gone out. I thought I'd been quite thorough, but I was just distracted. It was late. I'm doing that. It's not my thing. I really needed an assistant at that time. So we sent it out. Now, I didn't know I'd done that. So these are like hundreds of these. I'm feeling quite proud of myself that I've achieved this. We get a call, I think 3 days later, to the office. And it was a really strange call. This lady saying, did you send a tin with a biscuit in to our principal's house? I said, look, we don't know where we sent it. We've got these addresses, we've sent it. I said, right, well, the principal doesn't know what it is. He's really freaked out. He's a little bit older as well. And when he's shown it to his nurse, who watches Squid Games, she's told him that if you don't complete this, someone's going to shoot you. Right? He is crapping it, okay? But this is where it gets twisted. He's gone and called the police.
No.
That this has happened. I'm thinking, how do you plan for this?
Oh my
No.
gosh.
And there was no explaining it. Well, I explained it. I said, look, it's a joke. It's this, it's that. Well, you should have been like this, and you should have explained it, and you should send a letter with it. I said, that would defeat the purpose. But I apologized profusely. And
Something so fun went so wrong.
So basically, it was like the card was missing. Good luck in the
was
awards.
missing.
Digimax
yeah,
kind
and he
of
thought
thing.
he'd been targeted.
Oh my
with
gosh.
a Squid Games thing.
Did the police get in touch with you?
So, no, they didn't.
Oh.
I think he must have I was
Also-
sorry, overly sorry.
Yeah, but the nurse, you have to complete it or you're going to
Oh,
get
yeah.
shot where?
What a drama queen. Who's going to shoot you in England?
Yeah. Also, who knows where and when I complete it?
No. It'll be at the
Yeah.
private dentistry awards.
Yeah.
They'll be waiting for you.
I reckon the nurse didn't like because he was a different character.
Yeah, maybe she
I
was
reckon
like,
she
this is my
stitched
opportunity
me up.
here. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can really stitch this guy up now.
Yeah.
He's thrown instruments at me for years. Right, I'm going to really go for it now.
She had her payback.
And it's not something you promote. I wouldn't go on my social media and say, hey, this is what happened, because you don't know how many others might be like, let's all get together and complain.
So was that, yeah, let's get a lawsuit against him. Yes.
Yeah, imagine that.
Oh my God, in America, that would have happened.
Then there might be copyright claim that,
Yes, now Squid Games are after you,
let's
that's
nip
it.
this in the bud.
Yeah,
This is done. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Game
I
over.
hope this doesn't open the can of worms.
No, it won't. Great
Oh my
idea,
gosh.
though. How
Yeah.
creative.
Thank you. Yeah, we're always doing something. And people ask me, look, what's the return on investment on that? Like, zero. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's
it's
fun
fun.
marketing.
Yeah.
People remember you. So, yeah.
You've done other things like that as well, though, haven't you? I
Shows
know
how
you've done
creative
things.
you are.
You've done other little.
We did. So I made an energy drink
That's it.
called Lemonade.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speak to patients faster, place implants faster, get through more UDAs if you have this drink. Again, this simple
Wow,
happened.
you're
Yeah.
so creative. I love
We
this.
physically made the drink. I remember just as a kid, my dad said, "Oh, when I came to this country, I was going to make my own drink called Lemonade, play on my surname." And I was getting bored one day, so I found a manufacturer, made this drink, and we just sent it out to everyone.
Your follow through is insane.
But there was a lady that actually didn't quite get it. She said, "How can you be making such claims that I'll be able to speak to patients faster? This is ridiculous."
I
Oh,
think these
dear.
people could potentially be
On the spectrum a little
on the
bit.
spectrum and they can
Yeah.
have the fun side of things. They can't look beyond the message. It's like, this is facts.
Yeah.
So you're claiming this is, I think that's
Yeah,
what's
yeah, yeah.
happening.
So
Because that's quite
she sent me a
strange.
direct message saying, "How can you be saying stuff?" Then I sent her the video. I said, "Look, this is a joke." It even said at the bottom, because I've learned from my
yeah,
past.
because I remember seeing it and it
Yeah.
was very clear it was a joke.
I wrote at the bottom, "This is an April Fool's Day
That was
promotion
it.
because of what happened before. So I
Yes.
don't want any confusion this
No,
time."
this is April Fool.
Oh, how
yeah,
boring that you've
and
got
I
to
do
state
remember
that.
seeing it and I remember the
I know,
claim.
it takes the fun out, doesn't it?
It does take the fun out of
Yeah.
it.
So you haven't done anything since then?
I think there's always something. I can't remember right now, but there's always something.
Do you know what? Right, so what really interests me here is like, you are obviously a creative, yeah? But you have the idea and then you go and
You
you
follow it
execute
through,
it.
yeah.
Where, like, do you know
That's
what I mean? Because that's
insane.
where a lot of people fall down, is the actual finalisation and finishing. What can dentists take from that? Because when we work with practices, they're spinning so many plates.
Yeah.
Okay, you know this because when someone has a website of you, haven't you got like 10 steps or something that you've put
Yes.
together? Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know why you've done that, right? Because once upon a time, I did like Horton marketing and there was lots of things we did, but one of them was websites.
Oh, really?
Pain in the backside.
Yeah.
Trying to get information off people. I quickly bombed that off.
Okay.
All right. I was like, this ain't for me. So when someone said to me, "Oh, I'm on step 7 of 10
Right.
with Shaz," and I was like, "Oh, what's that then?" And I was like, "Smart man,
Yeah.
what a smart man," because otherwise you don't get the information and
That's the only bottleneck, getting
Yeah.
dentists to
Get-
come back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've even got a postcard with a dog on a lounger saying, "Are you on holiday? Please reply to our email." We physically post it out because people start websites and we don't hear from them again.
yeah,
It's
then
crazy.
you like, and I'm assuming you take you've got to take a good 50% at the start, right?
Well, we didn't. With something we've started doing.
Yeah, because you're never going to get paid, are you?
Yeah,
Oh, we finished one website this
Yeah,
year. Oh, I'm rolling in it.
yeah, once I asked one of my designers, "Oh, how many websites are you working on right now?" He's like, "Oh, 45. I said, "What?
Yeah.
45? That's a big
That's
number."
madness.
So this is what happened in COVID. Everyone suddenly had loads more time.
Yeah, let's do our website.
Yeah.
Oh, it was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But no, where do you think that comes from?
Look, I get excited by the visual of the outcome.
Right.
So I had the visual of everyone doing this Dalgona candy thing. I had this visual of people enjoying the drink and posting it on socials.
Yeah.
The documentary, like what would it look like on a big screen? So I keep that visual in my
Yeah.
mind, and then I run towards that,
Okay.
and that's worked for me.
Yeah.
Because some of these things cost money with no return.
Yeah.
But I try and get excited by what will be.
I think that's really good. The visual and because I love
That
the 7
is.
Habits of Highly Effective People. Have you ever read that?
No.
Stephen Covey's old book was great, but the second habit is begin with the end in mind.
Oh,
And I love that. And I always try and focus on that. But I think, okay, you can begin with the end in mind, but what's the visualization of the end in mind?
Yeah.
Because that's what brings it to life, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah, that's really,
Look at
really
you,
key.
highly effective people, and
I
you're
didn't
doing it on
realise
your
that.
You
own.
are a highly
I
effective
didn't realise
person.
it.
Yeah.
And you didn't even know it.
No, I didn't
Well, you
know.
do now.
No, but
Has
that
that made
happened in
your
my
day?
book, Instagram for Dentists. It has made my day.
Oh.
I came up with a cover.
Yeah,
Designed it in
cool
10 minutes.
cover, wasn't it?
Thank you.
Yeah,
I put it on Facebook, but I had this image that everyone's holding it and
Yeah.
everyone's going to read it. And that is, I manifested that bit. I ran towards it
Yeah.
once I had the idea.
yeah. Are you quite spiritual?
Not that spiritual.
No, okay. Just you said manifested.
Yeah.
So
I
was
thought
thinking
girls
that.
in the room, they're going to like that. Yeah.
But you do I think it does go to show the power of visualization, which
Yeah.
is really important.
Yeah.
Whether you're spiritual or not, if you
Yeah.
want to achieve something, you've got to actually visualize what
Yeah.
it's going to look like, and then the law of attraction will say you've also got to,
Yeah.
put yourself in that moment and feel what that would look like, as well as the visual and encompass it all
But
to bring
still,
it to life.
I still think it's amazing that you are able to execute it the way you do, because a lot of people would go, "Oh, but I'm not really sure how to get in touch with, who would I get in touch with?" And they would find
You're right.
barriers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are absolutely right. I don't worry about those things.
No, you
because I think
don't.
if another human's done it, there must be a way to do it.
Yeah.
That's the difference. That's the difference.
It's a
Sometimes
mindset
hard.
thing.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard. It took me years to find a director that would be happy to film my documentary. I was like, I'm not going to give up. And I knew I wanted it on a platform. It was Netflix at first, but
Yeah.
I got Amazon Prime in the end.
Amazon
and
Prime
Apple
is
TV.
absolutely
But
great.
There's always a way, but you just have to be patient.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
really impatient as well.
And don't take no for an answer, I guess.
Yeah, don't take no.
But also make sure it's right and you're not doing something for the wrong reasons. So you weren't prepared to take a director that wasn't going to give you the outcome that you wanted.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I could have done that from day one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
even my book, I can't write that well. But I knew I needed to write a book that people want to read.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a ghostwriter. I didn't
No.
go take any shortcuts.
Yeah. Well, Instagram for Dentists, that went mad, didn't it?
Yeah, over 18,000 copies
Yeah.
sold.
Yeah.
Every day I get a message saying that someone in Singapore bought it, someone in New York
Wow.
bought it.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
mad. It went wild, didn't it? When you launched that, everyone, because Instagram was still quite a newish
Yeah.
thing. Not for obviously the forward thinkers that were off with it and already got thousands of followers, but it was, people were moving away from Facebook, weren't they? And there's this Instagram, should we be on it? Oh, what is it?
Yeah.
And then you launched that, and it was just blew. I feel like on socials it just blew up, and
It did.
everyone had got a copy.
Yeah, it did. It was strange because I didn't really believe in myself. I've never written a book before. So when I put it on Facebook, I said, I'm going to write this book. I said, all proceeds go to charity. I thought I'll sell 100 copies.
Yeah.
I would be so wealthy right now. So it helped my charity as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
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 Oh no, absolutely amazing. Really is
Thank you.
fantastic. Really, really good.
Did you do really well in school?
My parents think I did, but I was really average. Yeah, really average.
across the board? Because obviously you're
Ju-
very
just
creative.
Creativity, I was enthusiastic about creativity.
Yeah.
But everything else, I was.
What did you like at school then? That was like from the creative side. What really did you?
Computers. Any class that
Computers.
involves computers.
Right. Okay. That's
fascinated me.
interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've never been asked that before. Yeah, it was computers.
Yeah.
I always
Okay.
excelled in that.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
number one.
Yeah.
But I'm not a computer, like Harry's the computer guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I only like computers for what you could create with
Yes.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. Like coding stuff like that.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
what you
not-
mean? That's no.
I
That's
mean,
Harry.
Like designing posters.
Design, like the
Like
design on
anything
there.
creative
Yeah,
that
that's really
anything you can
interesting,
print
isn't
off
it?
and make look nice. Yeah.
Ah, that's really interesting.
Mm.
My son's school is like a Mac school,
Okay.
and he said the other day, so I've got a new MacBook. So then I said to my husband, well, you can have my old one, and then Harry can have the MacBook Air from probably 2020. And Harry said, oh, Mum, you haven't swapped Dad's MacBook over yet. I was just wondering, could I just have your old one? Because, I really need to use Keynote. And I was like, oh,
That's
okay.
so cute.
He said, and I'm worried that Dad's old one's not gonna, have
How
the
can you say
version
no
on.
to that?
Yeah, and
I
was
know.
Like, I know. And I said to my husband, look, you literally use your computer for probably on average half an hour a day. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather Harry's on Keynote making keynotes than wanting to play Fortnite.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So or Roblox, whatever that
Oh,
rubbish
yeah,
is.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I'd rather that than
Roblox
so
is actually quite cool,
yeah, he loves he loves it. Did you play Roblox? Did you?
I have to play it with Helena.
Oh, it's good that you do play it with her because then you
Yeah.
can police it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
some of the games are quite educational.
My husband plays on there with Harry because I worry about it actually.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I
I've turned
see.
off all the chat.
Yes,
comments,
that's
of
all
that.
off. That's all
Yeah.
gone. But yeah, so he does go on there with him, and he's like, God, "What is this rubbish? Like bed wars or something?" And I'm like, "Oh, "Sorry, but that falls under your domain."
Does he still play Minecraft?
Yeah, he loves Minecraft
Yeah.
still. Yeah. Did I tell you we went to the Minecraft experience?
No.
Oh, I tell you, don't go. It is
Oh.
the worst money I've ever spent in my life. It was so pants. It's unbelievable. To the point when we came out, and I was trying to still be upbeat, and my husband was like, "This is crap. This is crap." I'm like, "Shh,"
Did Harry like it though?
Well, we came out, and he went, "Right, Mum, how much did that cost?" And I thought, "Oh God, my husband's going to kill me." And I said, "Well, I think it was around £100." It wasn't. It was probably about, I don't know, 120 quid. I know mine and Glyn's tickets were like nearly 40 quid each.
Oh yeah.
And then
so
the
it would
kids'
have been
ticket ain't
about.
far off that. And I told him, and he went, "You've been scammed."
Scam.
And I was like, "Oh, right."
kids
He's
are
like,
hilarious.
he's like, "You need to get a refund on that, Mum." What a load of rubbish that was.
Yeah. Do you do anything like that? Any experiences? Do you like anything?
All the time, but I let Helena tell me what she wants to
Oh,
do.
lovely.
So she leads it. And I'm like, yeah, we'll do that. She loves going to the dentist with me.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more fun with you, Dada, because it's just fun. I said, why? I said, everyone's talking to you. They're coming out.
You're,
they're
like,
giving me special
famous.
treatment.
Yeah.
But when I go with Mum, it's not that
Yeah.
nice. Can you take me?
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, yeah. And my son's like, "Mum, I'm overdue a dentist appointment." I'm like, "I'm so sorry." Thank you so much, Shaz. That was really good. We've had a good laugh with you today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. It's been
my
really nice. It's
absolute
been really nice
pleasure.
to get to know you a bit more as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Because everyone knows you, and now, but everyone's got to know a deeper side of you more.
I
We've been
appreciate
hope we haven't been too nosy.
No, when you sent me the PDF, you said with Leanne. So I Googled
Liana.
you. I was like,
Yeah.
Liana, sorry.
Yeah.
I Googled Leanne. So this actress came up. I was like, wow,
Wow.
there's an actress going to be on the podcast.
I am an
Wow.
actress.
I better have a shower. Yeah, it's brilliant.
You dressed up for me and I'm not an actress. What an anticlimax.
It was a pleasure meeting you. It was a pleasure
Oh, that's so funny,
Yeah.
isn't
Love
it?
that.
That's
meeting you. You should
absolutely
put a picture of-
brilliant.
That's why I said you should be. That's one of the first things I said. You should be on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you
no.
are.
Build
I
your
am.
personal brand.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
build a better brand for
Better
sure.
brand.
Do it.
Goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to happen.
Yeah, I'll
well,
reach out to
by
you,
the time
yeah.
this comes out, it'll be happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it will.
Go
it
check
will.
out
Go check
Liana.
out.
Yeah, I mean, currently your Insta handle's Liana _TCO _coach, isn't
Yeah.
it? So.
Yeah, that is it.
But anyway, it's all in the show notes anyway. You can go and find us, check us all out.
Yeah, I just need
Be
to
nosy.
improve for sure.
Yeah.
Get
yeah.
comfortable in the camera.
Yeah. Just doing other stuff as well, isn't it? Just, a bit of B-roll.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll talk about that another day. Some people now are like, what the hell is
Here
she
she
talking
goes.
about?
Been all day today.
And also, you have been fantastic for us, and you're here as our final season episode as well. So it's quite an
Fantastic.
honour. So thank you ever so much.
It's my absolute pleasure. I've really enjoyed today.
Yeah,
It's been a
I'm-
pleasure being on your amazing podcast,
Oh,
and
thank
I wish
you.
you the best of luck.
Thank you. It's been
Speak
great
to
to
you
meet
soon.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you
you.
for hanging out with us.
Thank you.